Shock Corridor is a 1963 psychological thriller film written, produced and directed by Sam Fuller. It follows a journalist, Johnny Barrett, who fakes a mental illness to solve a murder in an insane asylum. Sounds fairly altruistic, doesn't it? Except that Barrett's only doing it because he thinks he'll get a Pulitzer Prize if he solves the murder. So director Sam Fuller had a background in tabloid journalism and was reportedly a big fan of journalism in general, so it makes sense that his main character would be a journalist. But did Fuller share the same ideals as his character? I'm not sure. It seems like this character typifies the worst journalism around, only interested in pursuing the sensational stories despite finding far more interesting ones along the way. For instance, the lives of the witnesses he interrogates along the way, who've all been driven insane by a particular stress or trauma. First, played by James Best, probably best known as Roscoe P. Coltrane, a southern sharecropper who was captured while fighting for his country, brainwashed and then forced to brainwash another prisoner, but who was then reformed by the patriotism of the person he was supposed to brainwash, sent home and labelled a traitor for his efforts, who now believes himself a Confederate general. Second witness was the first black student to enter into a southern university. Psychologically traumatised by the abuse he suffered, he now believes himself a member of the Ku Klux Klan. The third, a scientist scarred by the destruction wrought on humanity by his breakthroughs in ballistic missiles, now regressed to childhood and just wanting to play hide and seek. Each character in some way having their beliefs, faiths or promises thrown back in their faces and abandoned by the country they loved. So our journalist Johnny Barrett manipulates his way into the asylum, telling the doctors exactly what they want to hear, and then manipulates his way into each of these witnesses' lives by tuning into their wavelengths based on research. He gets them to open up and relay all the details of their harrowing pasts and traumas, bearing their souls to him, while he, just like every crap journalist, follows his own narrative of repeatedly saying, "Who killed Sloane? Who killed Sloane? Who killed Sloane?" Oblivious to their pain, he wants his scoop, and that's that. He wants an answer, not a discussion or a solution. But it feels like the film wants the opposite, but also can't, because it's a low-budget film that was shot over the course of 10 days, and at the time it would have been a B picture. So it's controversial, it's edgy, it's a film that's trying to get the audience's attention. Almost every scene is full of overacted hysteria or heartbreaking, harsh close-up, as Barrett's long-suffering girlfriend long suffers through his latest crazy idea, just waiting for him to come home and love her again. It's the kind of things that'll grab an audience's attention and get them hooked in like a tabloid headline. But within all that, whilst they're seated, there are all these quieter moments where Fuller and his actors get to explore what the film is really about, which is what I think George Carlin was talking about when he said, "They call it the American dream because you've got to be asleep to believe it." Shock Corridor is more than just a sensationalist thriller. It's a scathing critique of a society that devours its wounded and rewards those who exploit them. It's a film that suggests insanity isn't confined to the asylum. It's woven into the fabric of society itself. The real madness is a world where suffering becomes spectacle, and the truth is hidden behind the pursuit of glory. So yeah, Shock Corridor, if you liked One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or Shutter Island, then you'll probably like this as well. And it's available on Criterion, so check it out. We are IndieMDB for everything indie.